relax, sit back, because I'm like really tired. Gotta let the chair do the strength for me. Yeah, so I messaged Chrissie and I was like, you should do the charity stream because it would be funny and also it'd be a nice thing to do. It's funny for multiple reasons, really. It's funny because, you know, Jeremy gypped Toys for Tots for him to have toys because he's the tot and bought a bunch of Pokemon cards, right? And so I thought it'd be funny if Chrissie donates to Toys for Tots, but also, like, I don't want it to seem like, and I'm sure a lot of people are like, no, like, we won't think that. But I don't want it to seem like I'm supporting deplatforming by, like, you know, there's going to be a bunch of super chats on Sunday and then it's like, you know, the stream has TheQuartering's link on it. And, like, even though Chrissie probably isn't getting money from him, I'm using my best judgment here because I see Reed Street Soap under there. And to my knowledge, Michelle's not paying Chrissie or anything in recent time. We collabed with a few people so that they could make their own candles, like years ago. I think at this point, it was like before I had taken my retirement from YouTube, and I don't think anybody else has collab stuff up on Reed Street Soap. I think it's just me right now. And so, yeah, like, because we're on there, I don't think it's like, oh, she was getting paid by quartering. Maybe she was, I don't know. To be in best faith here, for all intents and purposes, the stream is kind of like, it's like promoting him, right? Because anybody can put links. You don't have to be sponsored by someone, but she's promoting him, right? And then having Melonie on, and then there's no pushback. Now, before, I was like, oh, okay, well, she knew that there was flagging, but she didn't know other details. That's what she had told me on the phone. And that's what she had told Nina. That's what she had told other people. And I do believe she was genuinely not looking into it because she didn't want to, even though she should have. So it's ignorance, but it's willful ignorance, in my opinion. And I think it's irresponsible. And furthermore, I don't think it's fair to me, nor is it fair to Nina Infinity, that we should take the liability for these inconsistencies. And it's not that, like, I'm not sitting here trying, I don't want to have to sit here and, like, throw Chrissie under the bus. You know, I've known her a long time. I've been to her wedding. She's been very kind to me. I've been working with Chrissie since she was a small channel. Like, I watched her grow, right? At the same time, it's not fair to me that I should have to uphold something that's dishonest. And if she wants to be mad at me or cancel Sunday or not do a charity thing for Sunday, then that's her choice. I texted her about charity thing. She didn't get back to me. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I can give as good faith as I want, but that doesn't mean I should uphold something dishonest. And then I should take the liability for it and then have people on my ass about not being honest because of conflict of interest with me and me being free speech and me covering stuff like this and me making fun of people, right? So I've been trying to be fair as possible. There's this narrative going around where it's like, oh, well, this is woke. Everyone's getting canceled. You got, it's the woke right. We're canceling people. It's like, dude, if the quartering deplatforming someone and not only encouraging the false flagging, but going as far as to abuse his power and use his YouTube rep and threaten to use his non-Indian YouTube rep, you don't see that as like as woke. I really don't know what to tell you. Like, it's really just that simple. I saw this retweet from Chrissie, and it's really, this was not the move, because, you know, before she was at least partially taking accountability. She's like, well, you know, I didn't know everything. I've been busy with life-changing stuff. So before on Chrissie's stream, she was interviewing that porn star, and she was like, guys, like, I didn't know. It was my responsibility as a host. I should have known better, and did more research, which is true, right? Because she knew, at the bare minimum, she knew about the flagging. She told me this on the phone. She knew that it was happening, right? But she didn't know the details about it because, like, what if it's not real, da-da-da, right? That's what she gave me the impression of. So Chrissie retweets this post after saying, like, you know, she should have done better as a host, and she retweets the post, says, I'm noticing people are obsessing over quartering Melonie Mac, Chrissie thing are sounding like SJW psychos, two sides of the same coin, which is very vague. Like, it almost seems like people like me are being called SJW, and she could say, well, I don't mean it that way, but it's vague. It's like, if you're gonna vague post, it's gonna seem that way. So it's like coming across as not taking accountability for not taking the time to research, even considering she was busy and everything, it's still her job. And especially with knowing that there was flagging and she should have further done research based on that. It sounds like she's not taking accountability here, and it's like flip-flopping back. It's like, well, everyone that's criticizing is actually the SJW, and it's the same thing the quartering's been saying. It's the same thing Melonie Mac has also been saying as well. And this is not a fair retort. It's really not, because number one, it puts people like me under that, and that's not fair. And then the Kino Casino, and speaking of me not fair, it's not even about, Kino Casino doesn't have a channel on YouTube anymore, right? And they're reading this, and they're edgier than Chrissie and quartering combined, and they're getting categorized as SJW psychos. And this isn't the only thing. Her and Melonie Mac also implied this on their stream together, saying, oh, these people, you know, they're just crazy SJWs. It's just not true. It is so far from the truth. And this retweet, it's just giving no accountability. So I don't know, like, when people are gonna go wild after seeing this, like, what am I gonna do? And it's not fair that I should be held liable for these, like, inconsistencies, which I'm gonna get into. So that's why I'm speaking on today. It's not because, like, I want to throw Chrissie under the bus. I think Chrissie needs to be straightforward, and I think Chrissie needs to come clean about what she knew, because this isn't fair to me. I shouldn't have to uphold a lie, and neither should Nina Infinity. And I'm getting really annoyed at this point, because I do feel lied to. I talked to her directly on the phone, and I feel lied to. And I think if she comes clean, then, like, you know, you can go from there. But I don't like this. I don't like how I'm kind of being thrown under the bus of SJW psychos and Kino Casino, who has been deplatforming, can't even defend themselves on YouTube. It's like everyone's SJW for having a counter argument. It's like the touching grass thing. It's a non-argument. Like, if you're gonna just, it's like, how is it SJW to say supporting deplatforming is bad? Supporting people who support deplatforming is bad. Being sponsored by someone, you know, sponsored asterisk, she's probably not receiving money, but she's promoting the quartering coffee brand coffee. You know, having his link under there when you were informed about him deplatforming people, and having Melonie Mac on, he's deplatforming people and it's being supported, putting money in his pocket. It's wrong. All three of us benefit from freedom of speech. They need to go touch oranges. I'm touching one right now. This is my emotional support orange, okay? In fact, I'm gonna eat it. We're gonna unpeel the orange and get to the bottom of this. Okay? I'm trying to get to the bottom of things, but to represent myself, I'm not going to uphold a lie. I'm not going to throw myself under the bus after Chrissie already, unintentionally, I guess, but threw me under the bus. Not only with the SJW thing, where it feels like it's throwing everyone, including FNT, under the bus, but additionally, and I haven't gotten to the point yet where it's like, well, why are you like annoyed today? I'm gonna show you guys why I'm doing the stream, why I'm annoyed today in a bit. It's when I'm gonna play Nina's stream and you're gonna see why. But this, where it's, Brittany messaged me too late. Now, maybe she didn't think it through. Maybe that's so, right? She was under a lot of pressure. But whether it was intended or not, it makes me look like a coward. It makes me look like, to everyone else, whether she thinks that or not, to everyone else, that as if it's on me and that I messaged too late, which is not true. In her opinion, she could have her opinion that it was too late. I think 40 minutes is more than enough time. Okay? Is that fair? I think most people would agree. But hey, maybe that's too last minute for some people because it's not planned a week ahead of time. And then she follows up with, I didn't see your message until we were done. So a little inconsistent there to go from I messaged you late to I didn't see it till you're done. Maybe you could argue both things could be true, right? And again, I was trying to come at this with good faith, assuming the best, which is why I didn't say certain things, and I wanted to hear what Chrissie had to say. That's why I got on the phone call with her. That's why I tried explaining things to her. I was in talks with Nina during this, when the Melonie Mac thing was happening, as she was on the stream, okay? So like over 40 minutes before she left, I was talking to Nina. Are you gonna go on? Because Chrissie's saying she like sent you the link. I wasn't sent the link. But she was like basically saying she's like trying to get you on. And I'm like, well, I did ask to go on. And again, Chrissie normally just sends the link anyway. I don't have to prompt her for it. So just send the link if you want me on. But again, normally she only does that when it's planned. So maybe that's why. But she should, in my opinion, she should have just sent the link. Or just said, no, I'm not going to have you on today. It's too last minute. She should have messaged first. She should have just taken 1 minute out to message first. The whole chat was spamming Venti, 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 nonstop with oranges everywhere, okay? But I sent her the message. You can see 11:43. I told Nina I sent the DM. And then I sent Nina proving with the screenshot that I sent the DM. Now, I was curious if people would catch on to this. It didn't seem like anybody did. But when I initially showed this to you guys, I cropped it. I cropped it like this, right? And I was like, yeah, well, I sent this message to her showing the proof that I told Chrissie I want to go on. And I replied to Nina around 11:43 showing proof, right? And that's true. Now, the reason I cropped it was because I acknowledged to Nina that Chrissie saw the message. Now, as you guys know on Twitter, this is a feature. You have red messages. The check mark goes white when you see it. As you can see this follow-up message here, so this means at least by 11:50, Chrissie saw the message. I should not have to uphold this lie. I saw what happened with my own too far apart eyes, but I want to give the benefit of the doubt. I wanted to say, you know what, maybe there might be an excuse for this. There might be an explanation. So I didn't tell Chrissie I knew that I saw that she read it because she didn't realize that was a feature. So she saw it by 11:50 that I wanted to go on, or at least it showed the red receipt. And Melonie Mac left around 12:20-ish. Somebody can go back and do the math. It was around the time PPP had tweeted that Chrissie lied. Now, during this as well, Nina's not the only witness. I was actively messaging Andy Worski, and this was on purpose to timestamp it in case this would come up later, to purposely timestamp showing, hey, this is the message I sent her at this time, and Melonie Mac is still on, okay? With the white check mark seen. So Chrissie opened this message one way or another, her or Frank opened this message, accidentally, whatever happened. The message was opened by 11:50. Melonie Mac left the stream around 12:20. You can argue if that was too last minute, whatever, but to say she didn't see it is an unfair statement. And I shouldn't be held accountable to hold up a lie. Now, the reason that I did not put this on stream is because I wanted to see how this would play out. I wanted to see what would happen. And I directly don't think that this is like behind anyone's back. I directly called Chrissie. I explained the situation to her. I heard her side. She was genuinely busy with some life stuff. I'm like, okay. She didn't, I do believe she didn't know all of it, but I do now believe she knew enough to where she couldn't, it is willful ignorance. And it's not right, because her whole stream is based on free speech, and so is Melonie's. So I said to Chrissie, I want to hear her explanation. She's like, yeah, well, like, I didn't see the message. I'm like, Chrissie. And I sent her a period to test it, because it shows, like, when it's not red, the check mark is, like, transparent on Twitter. So I sent her a period. And I was like, Chrissie, you have red receipts on. And I had the app open, and I waited, and then she opened the message, and it turned white. And I'm like, you have red receipts on, and it said red at least by because it says 10:37 here was sent. But you can see I sent this to Nina at 11:50. So by 11:50, this message was seen. Unless Twitter glitched or something, which I gave grace for. I'm like, you know, maybe something happened. Maybe there's explanation. I've worked with Chrissie a long time. Of course, I'm going to give her a chance to, like, explain it. Maybe there's something to it. So I said, Chrissie, you know, you have read receipts on, and it said, because I messaged Nina with the timestamp of when it was read, like a little bit after, but when it was read, and it said you read the message. And so Chrissie said, oh, well, you know, Frank has access to my account because he manages her. And so she calls down Frank. We're on the phone. Frank gets on the phone and he's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, well, Chrissie was saying that you have access to her account and maybe you opened the message. And he was like, I was upstairs with the baby. And so then he said, well, and I pointed out, well, you know, she's saying it was too late, but it was 40 minutes. I think that's more than enough time. He's like, yeah, but maybe to Chrissie, that's not enough time. I'm like, okay, difference in opinion, I guess. But that pretty much says, like, in my opinion, like he's saying, because he's saying he didn't open the message. He's saying he's upstairs with the kid and we're on the phone. And then she's like saying she didn't see it in the tweet I just showed. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's not fair to me to have to uphold this, like, knowing this. So then Chrissie was like, oh, well, you know, I didn't see it. Maybe Frank did it. Then he said, well, I was upstairs with the baby. So things are not adding up unless there's a Twitter glitch or something. So even if I'm to assume the best faith thing and there's a Twitter glitch and she didn't see it, right? Even if I'm to assume that, I cropped this to not get Chrissie's business in this because she put like a life change that was happening to her under this. That's why it's cropped. But she texted me this the following day. So the next day, because it was pretty late. And she said, hey, I wasn't planning to have you on, but Chap kept asking for you and I did not want to ambush Melonie. I didn't intend to make you look cowardly and I don't think anybody could describe you that way. Which, by the way, like, I appreciate the acknowledgement there, but like during all of this, I didn't really get an apology. But in any case, yeah, so you can see why this is conflicting. It's like, well, I didn't want you to ambush Melonie, and also I didn't see the message. So it's like, it's not adding up. And it's not fair for me to, like, have to uphold this. So now that I have the full story, I'm going to reveal all the details to you guys because I waited and I was fair and I wanted to get this straight. And I shouldn't be held liable for this. Okay? I don't think that's fair to me. And I don't think it was fair to say that I didn't message soon enough. She should have just said, I didn't want to. Like, just say, I didn't want to. I would rather do it a different time. I don't want to ambush Melonie. I mean, even then, you're still going to get crap because you have Quartering's link under there. And it's like, well, she didn't know. Well, but she did know enough to remove it, to not continue to promote his coffee. She did know, and we're going to get into that too. And this is why I'm annoyed. I'm gonna show you guys. I didn't watch all of it. I watched some minutes. I watched enough of it to have to do this stream.
Like there's an art to grifting, man, and the good ones.
Yeah,
the good ones, you can't even tell they're doing it.
Just ask the quartering. It's definitely an
quartering
art
is a bad grifter.
Exactly, because it's like once you lose that art.
Oh my god!
Oh, we're on the outs, Chrissie. We're on the outs.
Oh,
what about you?
Nina and the quartering got into a whole thing, man.
Why are you guys beefing?
Because he lied about me. Just went against everything he was ever claiming to be, which was like free speech and wanting to.
I really don't like him lying about you because I heard that he maybe copy struck some channels because they were supposedly like lying about his wife or something. But I'm also not.
So she is acknowledging here that she knew about him at least attempting to take down channels. Okay, important detail here. In case you guys are wondering, this is streamed 2 weeks ago, April 22nd. April 22nd, way before the Melonie Mac stream.
I'm not up on it, so
Yeah,
he tried to get a lot of channels deplatformed.
So now we're gonna see how much she knew, because that's really the question. How much did she know? Because it's not adding up.
Yeah.
Because I'm surprised he hasn't gone after Brittany Venti. Like I'm shocked.
I think it's because she's
been
just
relentless, man.
She's too big. I think she's just too big for him to try and take down.
Well,
and
he did tweet recently, I don't know if this is today, about that he is going to start going after the people that
oh my god, is
so she knows that he was going after people, because when I tweeted that was about him going after other people, and I believe that was the same day, because Nina's gonna pull it up, where he said he would get my scalp. I've been working with Chrissie for like 8 years or something, been with her since she's been a small channel, and he's like saying he's gonna get my scalp because I'm calling him out for trying to deplatform and successfully doing so the Kino casino. So it's like, what about how that affects me, and also how it affects all of us? Because of this false flagging wave, by the way, now all of our streams can get taken down. I have to go on Kick. I have to go on Kick because every time I do a live stream mentioning the quartering, it's taking a risk. Now, will I still take the risk sometimes? Yeah. But all of us are taking a risk every time we cover this because of the quartering. And this directly affects FNT and their income. It affects me, it affects Nina, it affects Chrissie, and it affects Melonie, because people are going to counteract and start doing the same thing because everyone's agitated. So, you know, she's acknowledging that he's coming after me, and then it's like, well, I didn't know how bad it was. Well, that's not bad enough. Like, at what point is it like, you know, enough? And I know it's like she didn't have quartering on, she had Melonie on. But what was it? What was that tweet? It was like April 19th, she replied under Melonie about the quartering drama. So again, it feels like willful ignorance when this is her job. I don't expect her to know everything. I really don't. But this was trending for 3 weeks, even considering she was busy. It's like, okay, then don't stream with her. Do the research first, so that you can have some pushback with somebody who's helping deplatforming. And then Quartering's coffee brand coffee is in her, in Chrissie's YouTube description. Like, it doesn't look good. And it's like, at what point? At what point is it that you know enough? Anger McFadden, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate it.
he doing it today? And that's why I did my stream on Rumble, because I was like, I'm not going to talk about him on freaking YouTube.
Yeah, let me send this to you.
Yeah, I mean, Venti just.
So just so you guys know, I didn't know about this till today. I did not see this stream until today. I knew that at some point Nina had streamed with Chrissie, probably because they work together a lot. But maybe Nina mentioned it passing, but I didn't see the stream and know the gravity of it till today, because Nina went back and watched, and then she realized how much that had been said, that it's like, wait, Chrissie knew a lot. So that's why I'm playing this today.
Put out another video, like I think yesterday or
I
today.
saw her video yesterday. Yeah, he's scared of her. I think he is. I think
Dude, I'm scared of her, man. I would never want to get Brittany Venti angry.
And we're friends.
I would never want to piss that girl off ever.
That's true. You don't want to be on Brittany Venti's bad side. You really don't.
My turtle peed on her like last summer or 2 summers ago, and
that girl has weaponized her autism, man. Like, I'm telling you.
Oh no. Okay, let's share these before Jeremy drunk deletes these.
In case anybody is curious about the turtle thing, I was at her place and she had people over, and she has this pet turtle, and it peed on me when I picked it up, and I had to go to the bathroom and clean it up. Like, I was like, oh, can I pick it up? And then I picked up and peed on me. So.
Tweets.
Let's see. It's so sad because I liked him.
Never, yeah, me too. Nearly everyone profiting off spreading vicious lies on my name. I've been nothing but nice to everyone. Nice to
So Nina pulls up this tweet, and this is the one where Quartering says he's going to come for Geeks and Gamers, me, Yellow Flash, and Side Scrollers. This is the heckin' Elmo is mad tweet. So Chrissie is seeing this. Nina is reading it to her.
Over the years, the receipts are on my side. I've let it be for weeks, but I guess if they really want me on my villain arc, I will oblige. Oh no.
I'm laughing at people saying that Brittany's under attack by the woke left turtle.
Oh. They have all turned heel and decided 1 week's ad revenue is worth selling their souls, and so I will oblige.
That is such
Damn.
bullshit.
So yeah, Nina just got done reading the entire tweet of the Quartering saying he's going to take me down and people just generally in this space.
What does that mean?
Ooh.
I think it's pretty obvious what it means. So it's like, even when it's read, it's like read directly to her. It's like, what does it mean? It's like, I understand you're friends with the Quartering, but like, at what point? At what point is he in the wrong? He comes after me, somebody that's been working with you for like 8 years. Like, I sacrificed a lot of my time to go on Simpcast. I sacrificed that, you know, I didn't get paid for it. And I went on how many episodes, right? And, you know, I even helped host the live panel. And I flew to Florida. And it's like, my cat was dying. Like, Nina remembers because she was giving me supplement recommendations. My cat had cat AIDS. And I didn't know until she had 2 weeks left to live. Because every time I had taken her to the vet, they had never told me. When I adopted her, they did not tell me. Nobody told me, which is very dangerous because I have another cat and she could have gotten it. So I was very, very upset, and I was just trying my best to like feed her every supplement. And, you know, we had planned for the panel and it's coming up and it's right when my cat is dying, literally on her last days. And so I have my friend who lives next door watch her. And she literally barely made it. She literally could not walk anymore or eat. Like, she would attempt to like eat and like, I can't even talk about this. It makes me so upset. But like, you get the point. So like, you know, I gave up my cat's last days to like, hold on, I need a second. Sorry, I was muted. I had to, I'm upset it's like messing up my makeup, but I had to put her down the next day. Like, literally I got home and I had to put her down. Like, I walked with my fucking carrier with my cat in it and left with the empty carrier. And I had to do this by myself. Like, so I gave up a lot of my time. I gave up a lot of things to help Chrissie out. And then like, I'm just gonna let play so I can like calm down. Sorry.
I don't know what that means. So does that mean he's coming after their channels and flagging them? Does that mean he's gonna start making videos, like making fun of them? I don't know what that means. You know what's so funny is like I was watching Flashcast like when they were covering the Quartering, and Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers said the funniest thing, and I was like, you know what? That's a way that Jeremy from the Quartering could get out of this. It's like he was like, this was old. He was like, he said, if this was old Jeremy from the Quartering, he would have grifted off of this by making like a thumbnail that said like just like a one of those
My
blanked
channel's
out
under
thumbnails.
attack.
My channel's under attack, but like more like Kino Casino's channel's under attack, and like, you know, by YouTuber, and like and then like just
Yeah, he would say that.
do the video as like, you know, like, so like some YouTubers going around like flagging other people's channels, like that kind of thing, and like just like make fun of it and then like apologize through making fun of himself. And I was like, that's actually a genius advice. Like, if Quartering wanted to actually take advice from anybody from Geeks and Gamers,
people in the chat are saying
would work out.
Do you think there is a redemption?
I'm just like, I'm just thinking about like when the Alex Stein stuff happened, and like and Chrissie sided with him when I just asked about like, hey, my friend had a podcast the previous day, and he had on Pod Awful, and the only time I met Pod Awful was like years and years ago, like so many years ago, like around Hundu. Like I went on with him because I was brought on there, and then he came on my friend's podcast that I was on, and I was like, oh, hey. And he was like, yeah, Alex Stein, like, I have a problem with him, but, like, he has a problem with me. I don't really know why, but this and this and that. He gave, like, a little bit, but I didn't, like, have a full understanding. And so the next day, Chrissie had me on, and Chrissie had me on with Alex Stein. So I go into it, and I'm like, oh, hey, what's up with you in Pod Awful? Like, I was just genuinely asking. Like, I'm tired. I was in the middle of making my food. Like, I was ready to eat. My blood sugar's dropping. I get shaky when my blood sugar drops. And so then he starts going off on me and screaming at me. You know, he's a 6'4" man in his 30s, like, screaming at me over something. I have no idea why he's screaming at me. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna emotionally feed back into him. I'm gonna get emotional. I'm gonna scream back. No, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat my food that I just made. Don't get between a black girl and her chicken, okay? So I'm eating my food, and that pissed him off more, and he got more angry. So it's just like, okay, that's your problem. And then everyone got on my case as if I did something wrong. Like, even if it were like, oh, it's an inappropriate question to ask. Let's say that. Let's do the worst case scenario, which to me it wasn't, but to ask like, hey, what's up with you and another person? You could just say, oh, I don't want to talk about it. But instead he flipped out at me, right? And then Chrissie sided with him. Meanwhile, I'm doing all these episodes with her. You know, I give up my cat's last days, and everyone's on my case telling me I did something wrong because I sat there calmly eating my food that I spent like 2 hours cooking. It was like this French, I don't know how to pronounce it, française or something, the chicken with like the broth. It's a stew. And so I was eating it because I'm hungry and I'm getting shaky. And then he's just flipping out at me, being emotional. And then I go on Anna's podcast, and then everyone's still getting on me. And then like this other guy is starting to get on my case, and he's like screaming, getting emotional too. And I'm like, I'm sorry you feel that way. And then he lost his mind so much screaming at me that Anna had to mute him, her own co-host. So everyone's just freaking out at me because I'm not freaking out. And so this is my perspective, where it's like, it just feels like I don't deserve this. It's the shit end of the stick.
Path for him, and
so like, why should I have to upkeep this lie of like, oh well, Chrissie didn't know anything? Like, she did know something. She knew more than she let on. She didn't know everything, but Chrissie knew enough. Chrissie knew enough to take some responsibility here, even with being busy. Then it's like, if you can't do it, then don't do your job. Then take time off. You know, and I don't say anything, and I try to keep I try to keep things with people that I know and I work with. I try to keep things more peaceful, right? Like, I kept all of this in, but it's like, it's getting to the point where it's like, I'm being told I messaged too late. Everyone's criticizing it. Is it SJW? The Kino, and inadvertently that's supporting the Kino Casino being deplatformed too, because it's like, well, everyone that's saying that that's wrong and criticizing for it, they're actually SJW. This isn't right, and I'm very frustrated.
The gamers,
people in the chat are saying,
that would work out.
Do you think there is a redemption path for him? And if so, what does that look like?
I think there is a redemption path for everyone. So yes, of course, I do believe that. I think.
Well, Nina, he does have to answer for the whole bull thing, right? I think a lot of like his audience, the guys, aren't taking that very well. You know. I
think the redemption path is a few things. One, he needs to go to rehab and like stop drinking.
I agree.
He cannot be like drunk anymore.
Wow. Is it really that bad? Jeez, I guess I didn't know.
So she even knows he's not even sober. He's not even in his right mind. So it's like, this is more than enough information.
I didn't know his drinking was that bad.
It's
yeah,
gotten worse.
it's gotten so bad. Like, and I mean, like, we all kind of knew that he would drink a lot. Like, I mean, this was way years ago. He would just go on these.
Hold on. There's a donation I want to read. I'll rewind that. Sorry. I'm dealing with a lot right now. Grandpaltkin, thank you for the $5. I'll be honest, a few years ago, she kind of mocked you on stream because you were missing a stand-up thing when your cat passed. It was the same delivery as when she said you ate her cat topper, and now the turtle pea story. I have concerns. And then another 5 from Graham. Sorry. Oh, too late. Chrissie was just very dismissive about it. I wish I could find the stream. She said something like her cat died or whatever, but not in a joking way. Dude, okay, just so you guys understand, like, oh, you know, Brittany, why are you crying over your cat? Why are you upset over your cat? I mean, it sucks that that she was literally like dying on the floor by the time I got back. You know, my neighbor's there taking care of her, doing the best she can, and she didn't tell me what was going on, I guess, because she didn't want to like stress me. Because when I left, guys, like, I knew that the doctor had diagnosed that, but when I left, she was acting relatively normal. Like, I was able to get her to eat some raw eggs and some supplements. Like, she was doing all right. It seemed like she was actually recovering. And then when I came back, she's like barely able to stand to eat. And there was a point where she was just laying there. And it was like, and I've been through a lot, but like, for some reason, just something about like raising an innocent animal and they're like hiding under things, and then like you get them out of their shell, and then like, what I'm getting at is she was only 5 years old. She was literally like, what is that in human years? Like, she is a young cat. It wasn't like, oh, you know, Mr. Whiskers, who's been around for like 15 years. Not that that's not hard to deal with too, but it, like, she's a 5-year-old cat that I adopted, that I got to get out of her shell and not hide when people come over, and then like, you know, and that's how it ends. And I had no idea. So no, it's not just, yeah, whatever, a cat died. And she was, you know, and everyone loved her on stream. She used to sit in my lap every stream.
It's that bad.
It's
Yeah,
gotten worse.
it's gotten so bad. Like, and I mean, like, we all kind of knew that he would drink a lot. Like, I mean, this was way years ago. He would just go on these drunk
No,
tweet
I'm talking about
spree
Rain,
and
not
then
Spooky.
delete the tweets. He's been doing that for so long. But like, I think that would be a thing, like him, and then he apologizing and owning up to what he did, and like the flagging and.
Is that the
And
worst?
all
I'm
that
gonna look like fucking Jeremy after this. My eyes are gonna be like fucking raccoon mode.
That he did was flagging the channels.
I'm gonna be rocking the Jeremy look.
Well, yeah, he
Red.
basically like he got the Kino Casino Clips channel taken out from YouTube, and the guy that was I guess it was like their editor, apparently he lost his income entirely, and he was like supporting his family through that. And it's not even like, it wasn't even the Kino Casino guys that were running that channel, but
So I told her this. Why did she act like she didn't know when I was on the phone with her? No, I don't wear mascara anymore. I haven't worn mascara in a long time. Otherwise, it'd be a little more of a dramatic cry, wouldn't it?
some other guy got hit. And I think people really don't like that kind of stuff when it comes
Yeah, I mean, once you have a
to
reputation for like trying to deplatform people, it's hard to
content
come back from that.
creation.
Were they actual? Was the clip channel saying actual lies, or what was?
Well, even if, okay, so if it was slander, then yeah, that becomes, it's libel, it becomes illegal, and then that gets handled legally, right? But like, it almost seems like even if they are insulting his wife, therefore it's grounds to take them down, like they can do whatever the fuck they want in terms of joking about people and saying they don't like people. Jeremy shares about his wife all the time.
What was
They're
the
going off
clip
what he
channel
says.
that upset him?
The clip channel was basically like edited out as much as like it would be for terms of service YouTube for it to be acceptable, because the Kino Casino guys are on Kick, so they're a little bit more loose with the mouth kind of thing. Like they don't care what they're saying. They're like they don't have a filter. But so the editing guy was going around editing like some of the stuff they said, so it becomes YouTube friendly. But the thing is that most people don't understand, and I know you do, Chrissy, because you're a content creator and you do verbal, but most people don't understand like what YouTube gets for like ban evasion, because that's what they got banned for, is ban evasion. is that it's not about who runs the channel, it's what's on the channel. So like if you're like this happened to Steven Crowder in 2020. Steven Crowder had a channel. And they got banned because of the 2020 stuff. And then he had a clips channel, but the clips channel was run by a fan. Like,
yeah, she's breaking quite a lot down at this point.
By Louder for Crowder, but because he had clips from Louder for Crowder, they banned the channel. And the guy was like, "This is like he has anything to do with me." And Crowder even used that excuse to try and get him appealed. And they were like, "No, like because you're a banned creator, like you are not allowed to be on YouTube. So therefore, whatever kind of channel you have cannot feature you basically as a video." And so therefore that's what happened to the Kino Casino clips channel. They got him on.
So this is even in depth, like, hey, this is the technicality they got the Kino Casino on, which was bullshit. So this is so she knows so far from what we've seen that the Kino Casino is taken down by Jeremy. Jeremy was going after me and going after other people and trying to take everyone down. She was informed of this and she is replying to it. She is acknowledging it.
On ban evasion, even though technically it's not run by those guys, it's run by their editor. But it's still like all fucking stupid, man. Like who goes around doing stuff like that?
Allegedly, TheQuartering has an inside in YouTube, the company. So I mean, like that's how he's able to get these.
Like, what more information do you need? Come the fuck on. Like, I have been more than fair. I think Chrissie needs to come clean. Like, we are watching this. We have eyes and ears. She has to just come clean and say, hey, I knew. Hey, I didn't want to have Brittany on because I didn't want to ambush Melonie. I said that I didn't see it, whatever. Like, just come clean about whatever is a lie here. Because to say that she didn't know enough isn't true. Even if we're being subjective, this is more than enough information to look into it, to see why people are angry and seeing that Melonie is co-signing it. Because Chris even replied to one of the things on like April 19th or whatever day it was with Melonie talking about it. So it's like, from my point of view, I did all this stuff with Chrissie, been with her over the years since she's a small channel. I gave up a lot of my time. And by the way, I dealt with a lot of shit on Simcast. Every fucking week in the chat, it's Brittany looks like a bitch in the corner. Every fucking week. And the only time the chat would let up on me was when Ashton Birdie would get on and then they would all go on her. Like, because her audience, Chrissie's audience, is like pro sex work and that's the whole point of me being on, is to give pushback for that. But because they know I have that position, they don't like me. And so like half the chat all the time is just shitting on me. And I have to deal with that every week. And I go on every week. I'm not getting paid for it. Okay. And I'm helping out and I'm doing a show with her. So I think I deserve basic decency and honesty. That's what I think.
Once you hit a certain number of subs, you get a handler. Like
it's always like I would test it sometimes. Sometimes I'd be on Simcast and I would literally sit there. For like 20 fucking minutes silent just to see like what the chat would say. And like they would somehow still make some shit up and still say I look like a bitch, blah 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 blah. And it was hostile. And it's you know what? I deal with it. I'm kind of I'm actually not used to people supporting me. I'm actually used to always being on my own. That's actually the default for me the entire time I've been on the internet. I always assume I will always be on my own. But, like, it's not pleasant, right? I mean, it's like, it can be funny at times, but when it's like every week, they're complaining about my resting bitch face. Every episode is like, has something to say about it. It's not just one thing. It was like all the time. All the time. And I deal with that, and I go on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
YouTube.
You get a YouTube rep.
Yeah.
Which is what he said. Like he wrote to like the guy, Josh Moon, Kiwi Farms, and he said like, you know, I have a non-Pidgey rep I can contact, which is like, that's a thing to say. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm going to take you guys down by contacting my non-Pidgey rep. Like, I'm like, dude, that's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say.
Look, TheQuartering still has his audience. It's not like, I mean, yeah, maybe there's
not much of one.
The redemption arc, who knows? Either way, though, he still has the audience. He still has, way more followers than probably all of us. I mean, he's not doing bad.
So she now, thus far, in terms of what she knows, she also knows that he abused his power to try to get them banned.
It's just that he lost a lot, but he still has a lot already there. So does he even have to redeem himself, or can he just keep doing what he's doing and keep the audience he already has?
True.
I don't think he can do what he's doing, honestly, because there's more and more stuff coming out from
He's
him.
got
Like this is
2 million followers.
Yeah, but
I
like
mean,
they're
Something
not
alright.
translating. They're not translating into views, Chrissy. Like a lot of that stuff, and I don't know how much botting is going on with that. It's just not.
Stuff seems to get a lot of views.
It's not sustaining his channel is not sustaining. The craziest.
Well, no,
part-
Craig from Side Scroller said that he gets those views from shorts. That's how he gets so many views. It's because of the shorts
the shorts that he's ripping off.
that he rips off. Yes.
The crazy. Look at this. Like he's going at Stuttering Craig. We brought him up. Hey, Stuttering Craig, care to share the hilarious DMs you sent before I do? Damn, he's getting into it. Don't
But
do
that's
this to
because
yourself,
he
Jeremy.
went after Craig first, though. And that's the thing. Like he starts shit and then tries to play the victim.
Yeah, and then watch if Craig goes on a live stream with him, he'll like backpedal and be like, "Oh, I love you, Craig.
So
I
this is the point where I haven't seen it yet.
think you're great.
I was like listening to it in the background as I was prepping for the stream.
You're such a great guy, Craig."
Like,
it's like, dude,
He
what the fuck?
it's on video or I think it was on video where he told Melonie Mac, and this is way back in the day when she was on Side Scrollers, that she was too big to be doing a small channel
Yeah.
like Side Scrollers, right?
Yeah,
It was
she was
basically
too
throwing
good for
shade at
them.
Craig.
Yeah. The Mexican Junior for $2 over on Rumble says the quartering needs
Oh.
to go to Caleb
Mexican
Hammer's
Jr., friend of the show.
financial audit.
He's always in chat.
That apologize to Kino Casino. I think a lot of people would.
Why does Chrissy look so concerned the whole time?
Accept that as an apology. I think so.
She's nodding her head and agreeing. I just don't understand.
And the reason, Chrissy, that people want him to go to the financial audit thing is because he's been lying for so long that no one knows what's true anymore. Because he'll play like one day. He's kind of like Mr. Jekyll and
I explained this on the phone with her, and she said she didn't know this stuff. Thank you for informing me.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like one day he'll be like, I'm a millionaire and I'm so great and everything's fine. And then the next day he'll be like, I'm broke and my coffee company is going under and I need you to help me fund my trip to Amfest. So like literally every 5 seconds he'll just be like,
Well, both could be
grifting
true,
off
like,
his audience.
Could both be a millionaire, but his overhead is so high, and maybe, yeah, who knows? I mean, again, rich people problems. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I
Rich
can
people
identify.
problems.
Does anybody know how many people
I like how she even knows that he has a lot of overhead, that he overspends. Guy person man with the rage quit. Never cried harder than when I put down my cat. I'm a 31-year-old man. It sucks no matter situation. Yeah. It's just like I was so unprepared to lose her. Like it's just like, yeah, your cat's 2 weeks to live. She's like 5 years old, 2 weeks to live. And also your other cat might die too because she might have infected her. It's not a curable disease. And I even asked, I was like, is there, even if it's like expensive, is there anything I can do? And she's like, yeah, you could go for blood transfers, but it's really only gonna extend her life like 2 weeks, and you're gonna have to keep doing it, and it's like thousands of dollars. So there was nothing I could do.
No one knows anymore because he used to have like multiple.
Oh, there's Mex Jr. with the rage quit. Shout out to Nina for reading my Rumble rant.
employees?
Thank you.
No one knows anymore because he used to have like multiple editors and stuff like that. Like now, I'm guessing now, like probably an editor and a thumbnail guy, and probably Melonie Mac, and like that's it. And Hannah Claire, because I think like Luke got let go, or he either got let go or he.
Well, he was always starting to fire. Like, haha, I'm gonna fire you guys because I don't have money, haha. But actually, here are my Rolexes. Guys, I can't overshare anymore. I can't share my Rolexes anymore. Mwah.
Is there anything else you guys want to say before we move
No,
on?
no, no. I'm good.
No, it just makes me sad.
Yeah, it makes me sad too because we used to be buds, and I used to really look up to him as a YouTuber because I thought, he really valued free speech and stuff like that. So it's sad to see all of this. But
So she literally told Chrissie, he does not value free speech. How much clearer could it be? Again, this stream was 2 weeks ago, April 22nd. I just looked at the viewfinder on OBS. I'm taking my fucking emo sip. I'm like, you know the one photo of like the girl with the McDonald's cup and she's dressed scene or emo, I forget, and she's just like with the hair over her eye and she's like, that's how I feel right now. It doesn't help her. It really doesn't, because people are already agitated over this and it really doesn't help anyone. And it certainly doesn't help her when this could literally affect everyone's channel, everyone involved's channel, because everybody who's been talking about the quartering has been struck. It's been like 10 different strikes so far. And the Kino Casino got banned. Andy Worski's channel banned. I've literally lost count. There are so many channels that have been struck just for talking about it. Not breaking any rules, because they're abusing the reporting system, because quartering set the precedent that it was okay. And then now everyone knows that YouTube is ran by AI moderation half the time, so it works. So nobody's winning that from her saying that she didn't know anything. Nobody wins from that. She's hurting herself. She's hurting her channel. Jarhead2167, my condolences for your cat, a loved one's loved one. I lost my mother, my dog, my stepmom, and my father in a short amount of time. Yeah, I had something similar. When I lost my mom when I was 16, it was about a month after my birthday, and I had to go to her funeral, and so I had to travel to New York for that because I was in Connecticut. And then when I came back, my entire house was ransacked and I lost everything, including like cameras that like had her voice on it. So I have nothing that has her voice on and stuff like that. So, and my dog died the week before she died. I had 4 dogs. And then I had to give away all my pets to a long distance relative. I had 4 dogs, then 3, and a parrot. And because I couldn't bring them with me because I had to move in with my my ex at the time, my first boyfriend, because I didn't have any relatives in Connecticut, and you know, I'm middle of school. So yeah, I understand. It's like when it all hits you at once, like when it rains, it pours. And absolutely, I agree with you. Like, it sounds stupid, but like to some people, but like losing my cat, losing Rain, like it is up there. It is up there. I've lost both my parents, and I'm telling you, it is up there. So let's go over the Reportering's drama on Twitter, because he's been tweeting a lot today. As you guys know, the Quartering is a content thief. He steals a lot of people's shorts, doesn't credit them, puts his logo over them, and it's why to this day people are spamming "what are the oranges for?" because that's the content he stole from, and just says, hey, check this out, and then plays the entirety of their content. And he's on his ultimate grift right now. A generational rundown. Like, not a generational run, but like he's running it into the ground. This is just an example of his grift.
Jeremy here from TheQuartering, and a massive win for Charlie Kirk yesterday. Smash that like button if he's staring down from heaven, enjoying the fact that Tyler Robinson's desperate plea to get cameras blocked from the trial has been rejected. Jeremy here from TheQuartering, and a massive...
So it says, Jeremy honors memory of Charlie Kirk, who allegedly reawoken from his faith of Christianity by using him to milk views for likes. Smash the like button if he's staring down from heaven. So he and as you guys know, I haven't gotten to sit down and watch the entire June documentary, but I've seen segments of it. Like, I was watching Meme Copium's stream of him watching, and then I kind of fell asleep. But it's mentioned that Jeremy tried to grift off of his fish that he killed. He was like, I need a fish funeral, please give me money, and set up a thing to raise money for killing his own fish, because he couldn't upkeep with it, even though he had a fish Janny to clean his fish tank because his lazy ass wouldn't do it. Like, seriously, no remorse. No, let me grift off of that. Have a fucking fish funeral because I told my fish Janny just to let my fish die and not give them antibiotics. These guys, you don't understand. I'm under attack by my fish. Fuck you. And now the quartering, the reportering, is also doing a bunch of damage control as per usual and deleting a bunch of videos. He has deleted 84 videos in the last, and 37 in the last few days on unsleeved media. He's hiding his tracks. Chrissie is on FNT every Friday pretty much, and FNT is one of the biggest live shows on YouTube, so that's what makes it like, in case people are like, oh, well, why would we care? Well, it's a really big show, and Chrissie's been on it for quite some time, and they didn't have her on because of the drama, and it's relevant.
Restore
so.
Kino Casinos. Kino.
Sounded like a new slur. Do we add
That's like a quarteringism.
that to the list of new slurs?
Kino.
A new meme is born. God dang it, Gary.
That's a coffee brand. That's a coffee brand.
Kino Casino.
They honestly, the boys should sell coffee just to dunk on Jeremy and call it Kino Cappuccino.
This channel right now. So Chrissie's not on the show today. I had a talk with Chrissie yesterday about the situation she inserted herself in, whether it was due to ignorance of the situation or not. That's something she's going to have to address on her channel. It is not anything I feel I need to answer for or will answer for. I will say unequivocally, if I could pronounce the word, that I am against false flagging in all of its forms. I'm against even slightly hinting at false flagging that can cause more false flagging. I'm against stealing content. These are things I don't like. They are antithetical to everything we do.
Yeah, because if you stand by it, then it's like, okay, well then he's going to steal your content. He's going to flag you. We should give the quartering that power. The reportering, I don't think so.
Authenticity and integrity is all we have. And when that is in when that is in question, that's a big fucking problem. That's a big problem. Yep. So again, I spoke to Chrissie yesterday, told her the situation, and she has decided to address it on Sunday on her channel. And I think that's a wise move, because it's not something that's going to get addressed here, because it would just be a Chrissie roast fest for 4 hours, and it might not be that way anyway.
Well, I think it's a wise move to address it. I think it's a terrible move to wait 3 or 4 days. When
I agree.
Ultimately, Gary, what you said, you know, this stunning and brave stance of I'm against false flagging, I'm against stealing content.
I'm against bad things.
I'm against taking puppies.
Yes,
I'm against. It's the easiest statement to make, right?
Yes.
This is, as content creators in every space, political.
And it's crazy that this is being called, like, the repost that Chrissie had. This one. Hold on, it's loading. This one that she retweeted, it's crazy that it's being called SJW when it's like you can't say, oh hey, my friend or a friend of the channel is doing this and I disagree with it. Like, to me, that's SJW. To me, that's giving cult. That nobody's allowed to call out the quartering for stealing content and telling people to attack the Kino Casino and then playing victim and then using his YouTube rep power and flexing it and saying he's gonna take everything from them, and then they get banned after encouraging this. So it's like, who really is the woke one here? Who are the SJWs here? This sounds like a cult to me, where you're not allowed to disagree with the fucking quartering.
In every space, political, gaming, entertainment,
the wokering,
Minecraft YouTubers, whatever fucking content people are making, naked yoga, makeup stuff. The one unifying rule that binds us all is you don't false flag channels. You don't take channels away. You don't try to flag people for revenge or get them demonetized, because you never know when that's going to be weaponized and turned around on you, especially with all the shit we see going on right now.
Right.
And this is not a drama channel, right? We've mentioned it in passing the past couple of weeks because it's impossible
they're doing the correct thing, and they should address it because it does affect them in their channel by having her, and they acknowledge that. And it directly affects them because their stream could be taken down due to the quartering and talking about him.
Well, not to mention, but all of us here have made it crystal clear that we stand against
The
that.
chat was bombarded with oranges. Oh.
Very stunning.
I'm sure there
and
was
brave.
some, yeah.
Can I add one to the list as well? Like generally running cover
But it would
for
have been like, it would have been more incendiary had they like just ignored it and swept it under the rug. Because that's the wrong thing to do. This isn't like, oh, you know, there's just some drama and there was a disagreement. No, this affects everyone's livelihoods.
Very stunning and brave.
Can I add one to the list as well? Like generally running cover for people who do all of those things is also bad and you shouldn't do it. And it doesn't matter if those people are your friends. Being friends with someone does not mean that you run cover for them and excuse absolutely everything they do and try to massage their reputation. Being friends with someone means that if they're doing something which is extremely wrong and unwise, you tell them that they're doing something extremely wrong and unwise, and you try and correct their behavior. So,
yes,
you know, that too.
But I will not stand with you if you are false flagging a channel. So if the internet ever finds out that you did this, you're fucked. So here's my recommendation. Reverse that shit immediately. This person did reverse it, and it got...
See, like everyone else is able to do it. Everyone else is able to be sensible and speak up on it, even when it's like an awkward situation. Because Nina broke it down for her, and there's no room to say, hey, because you know, you're watching Camelot stuff, and you're like, well, we don't know exactly what part she saw. We know she was in chat, so she still had some leeway. But to see the Nina stuff, where it was broken down from her, not by a random person, by Nina, someone who she knows for years, worked with for years, is credible to her because she has worked with her for years. Nina's not going to sit up there and lie to her. She knew a lot more than she let on to me in the phone call. She knew a lot more than she let on to everyone else, and it seems very inconsistent that she goes on stream and says, hey, it tries to take accountability. Hey guys, I wasn't a good host by not researching. Then follows up with, oh, these guys are doing SJW tactics. And it's like, the SJW is the quartering. The SJW is the fact that the cult is the fact that you're not allowed to speak out against the quartering, or else you're the SJW. It's just like, it's a new version of calling someone a racist, right? It's a way to just discredit as a non-argument, and it's ridiculous. As you can see, the quartering is still hiding replies. He hid a yellow flash saying you're a doxer and a flagger. It's straight up true, and he's hiding it. Okay, so this post right here was FNT addressing it, and then Melonie says, I can't believe this is even happening. Last place I would have thought to see this kind of behavior. What kind? The last place you thought would? They're very pro free speech. Like what? No, I would expect this behavior. I would expect them to be pro free speech. I would expect them to disavow flagging and people who co-sign it. So, but again, it's like everyone else is the SJW. It's just ridiculous. Yes, there are bad actors who are just trolling and saying incendiary things, but it's unfair to put people under that just for saying the truth, for saying, hey, this is what happened. He said he was going to take down the Kino Casino and everything they had. He accused them of harassment, but Quartering's sitting here sharing everything about his wife, constantly oversharing, and they're just making fun of it. And he threatened to take them down, and he took them down off of YouTube for daring to criticize him. And now we're not allowed to criticize him. It's not right. Like, you can say, hey, I don't support people doing this or that if they are not telling the truth about something, but when it comes to the flagging stuff, it's true. That was his intention, and he flip-flopped on it, but it was his intention, and guess what? They got banned as a result. So yes, he is liable. Yes, he is. So Yellow Flash says, eat shit, you performative Christian. And then Melonie Mac says, you've been on a schizo tirade lately. I hope you're okay. You know, which is a bit of a concern troll. And Yellow Flash says, you've been schizo since you busted your first husband blowing dudes. LOL, now it looks like you found another semi-gay one. I'll say this, you gotta type. And Melonie says, okay, now you're just lying. I've not seen anything good faith recently, not even a little bit. Then he replies with this, which is a bunch of tweets of her husband saying like, I mean, like, if we're being absolutely good faith here, how would you describe it? Like, gay jokes? like jokes about him being gay because he's talking about like Berserk and Griffith and like just a lot of stuff. Him talking about somebody else's boyfriend. Oh, I didn't mean to show that one. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, this is not like the most straight behavior. Is that fair to say? Because that's the intention. He's intentionally making a lot of these like a gay joke, right? And it's so many. She says, don't bow to the cancel mob ever. You are the cancel mob retard. That's my mod there saying that, Dan. He's been a long time mod. And he's been following it, so he's not happy about that. And everyone in the comments saying like, your boss is the cancel mobster. Because that's how he was acting in DMs with Josh Moon, knowing that those DMs would go public, knowing that Josh was acting as a third party to set up the financial audit for quartering and his him jipping Toys for Tots and, you know, crowdfunding for money all the time from his fans when he's a multi-millionaire. His mostly working class fans. How about you fix your crazy delusions, mob? This is your lord and master now. And this is what Quartering said. He said this today. I have nothing to apologize for. Get fucked. Have a nice day, though. So there's no remorse. Even to this day, there is no remorse for what he did. But it's being co-signed. It's not right. Why is this being protected on any level? And I don't, you can't be free speech and then say that Quartering has done nothing wrong. Simple as. Yeah, he probably is drinking right now. Here's him correcting himself about the FNT post. He said, I was wrong. The female co-host of that show was not fired. She was only given some time off to think about her actions. I will look forward. Well, they said on the stream, we're not having her on intentionally because we don't want to bring that here and she's going to address it on her own time. And we are pro free speech. I look forward to her return next week after the impending totally not bullied apology video she will definitely not be releasing. I was incorrect. So now Quartering is muddying the waters for Chrissie, by the way. He's really not doing her a service here. This is a disservice because he is saying, oh, well, you know, Chrissie, if you apologize, I'm telling everyone it's not real. So, haha, good luck with your apology now and making things right. Because he's being her spokesperson. Unless she says otherwise, he's speaking for her. Saying, oh, the irony, you refuse to condemn Jer for him deplatforming. Melonie, you are the cancel mob. For her saying, don't bow down to the cancel mob. People were not happy about that. Yeah, so this is the tweet. I think he deleted this one. So a show full of anti-woke culture warriors banned one of their co-hosts for daring to interview someone they didn't like. They literally used language like she has to educate herself. They fought SJW so long they became them, and the sad thing is people will support this. So you're anti-woke. You guys heard it here. Quartering is the anti-woke one, guys, by deplatforming people, making fun of him for oversharing. And then Melonie comments, they suspended her for an episode to educate herself and fix the mess. Mind you, her crime was having me on the show to talk about Christian wifey stuff. That's not a full explanation. That is a reframing. Yes, she had her on to talk about wifey stuff. That is true. But this has become nuclear. This is a wasteland. This is radioactive. So yes, it as a host, and Chrissie said this as well, unless she retracts it, it was her job as a host to do the research. And she was directly told this by Nina Infinity, what had happened. We just watched it. This is about deplatforming. So yeah, it directly is a conflict of interest with their brand that is very free speech. So this is not an honest framing of it. That it's just SJWs, they're being canceled. Nearly every single one people on this panel has engaged in drama, yet only Chrissie gets punished. I wonder why that is. Guys, the platforming is just drama. It's just drama. Oh, it's because she didn't turn on her friend and join the hate mob. You know, I'm gonna dispel this fiction right now about like that it's about loyalty and it's about, oh, not turning on friends, because you know what, Chrissie had no problem defending Alex Stein when that stuff happened and the worst was assumed of me. I don't buy this narrative of it's about, oh, not turning on friends. No, sorry, I don't. Second of all, you can still be friends with someone, tell them when they do wrong. Everyone said that at this point. People are just coping. This is textbook woke cancel shit. Everyone else is woke! And then he corrects himself, and he said, to be crystal clear, they fired an employee, publicly shamed her, directed a mob after her for having someone on her live stream they didn't like. Didn't like because why? You know, this reminds me of OF girls when they're like, I'm just taking pictures of myself. Doing what? How about you put the full line? Why don't they, why are people, do you think this is unfair criticism? It's unfair criticism to co-sign your behavior of deplatforming because Melonie's just like laughing at it essentially. She's replying to the card tweet where he posted the casino card right after they got banned. It's trending all over Twitter. Quartering's starting to deplatform them. He was aware of what happens. His job is to handle the news. All right? And he still says he did nothing wrong. This is an absolutely fair criticism. It's not just someone they didn't like. It directly affects our jobs and our ability to do them, to be on the platform. The SJWs got defeated, so they just decided to become them. Like cope and seethe, Quartering. Hey, be mad online all you want, and they're literally deploying SJW tactics, acting like they're high and mighty. This is the new You're a Racist. The new You're a Racist just dropped. So incredibly disappointed to see that their PR message is indistinguishable from BLM, forced woke mob apology. Fucking all he knows is buzzword. Shut the fuck up. Buzzword, buzzword, buzzword is your argument, non-argument. Refuses to acknowledge things. Constantly glazes over things and omits things. Lying by omission. Exactly, they're acting like SJW bullies, moralizing, and it's about protecting it. Are we serious? I never thought we would see the day. Who's siding with the Quarteringing at this point? Literally who? Always accuse your enemies of what you're actually doing. That is exactly what is going on. Mel. That's who's with him. They told her, don't come on because of drama. They opened the show at 20 minutes of drama. You guys can really twist things. Look, I'm sure she will have no choice but to come out and apologize, explain herself to avoid the mob, but I don't blame her, but this is SJW tactics. So basically now, Quarteringing is the speaker for Chrissie, and any apology she gives is actually just due to pressure. She's not actually solid. Sorry. Let it be known, Quarteringing is the speaker for Chrissie. Until otherwise is said, he is the speaker for her. He's the king of the castle, king of the castle. All right? What Jeremy says goes. He is the judge. It depends on how much he's offended if someone should be deplatformed. Not based on actual legalities or stealing content like he does, but instead lying on other people, saying that they're harassing his wife, providing zero evidence of it to this day. And in fact, the only evidence he provided for it was a fake claim of somebody he was friends with on Facebook saying this like horribly written, like, I hope you pass away message. And he's friends with him on Facebook. Jeremy Smollett. At what point does it become indefensible? At what point do you concede? It's starting to look like he owns Chrissie. That's how he's acting. He's acting like he owns her. That's how he's framing it. You know, one coffee link and suddenly he owns her. But it'll be spun as, oh, everyone else wants to control, right? It's like, you want to talk about control? The control power, little power run, you know, authority abuse here is you deplatforming people. The reportering, deplatforming people. You're allowed to criticize and not be called SJW. Why is that being equated to cancel culture? I don't think criticizing someone, and rightfully so, fairly so, is equivalent to deplatforming people over making fun of what you say. You know, what laws were broken? What did the Kino Casino docs? Did they spout libel? They have been literally joking about everything he says, and when they think it's speculation, they say that. And it's pretty obvious. They're a comedy channel. So, you know, if they broke a law, he can take it up with the law. But, like, from what I'm seeing, it just seems like Jeremy is just allowed to do whatever he wants. It's like that clip from Family Guy. It's like, oh, you're trans? Well, I guess you can do whatever you want now. That's how it feels dealing with this. It says Jeremy Hambley has been permanently banned from entering the Bristol Renaissance Fair and or any Renaissance Entertainment Productions venue in any capacity. We take the safety and well-being of every guest with the utmost seriousness. His actions have caused direct harm to the sense of security and dignity of our community. We will not tolerate it under any circumstances. So it was just one joke. Well, you got banned for being a creep. That's pretty embarrassing. You got banned for them viewing you as a sex pest, Jeremy. The coomering. And just so you guys know, I've only been to one Ren Faire, and it was with my friend who was trying to shoot content, and they saw him with the camera equipment, and they're like, you can't film here. And he was like, fuck. So then he didn't film there. They don't want you to film there. They literally don't let you film at the Ren Faire. I don't know if it's by this company. We went to one that was like, I don't even remember if it was New York or New Jersey, but yeah, they don't allow you to film, period. So this is to be expected of them. They see you filming, they kick you out. Just FYI. At least the one I was at, they don't allow it.